Hello everyone, this is Reddit. Don't forget to drop a comment, it might be featured in the next video. Ever sent a nude to the wrong person? What happened, how did they respond? NSFW. Sent a dick pic to my family WhatsApp group instead of my girlfriend who requested it. I got a lot of laughs from my sisters, a well done from my father, and not a single word from my mother who to this day denies it happened. It was a horrible experience. That's just Dad admiring his work. Yup, looks like the genes are strong with this one. Not a nude, but I accidentally sexted my boss thinking I was talking to my husband. He sent back I don't think this was meant for me. I sent him the biggest apology ever and we never spoke about it ever. I did the same thing with my platoon sergeant. Dick pic with the caption love you that was supposed to go to my ex. He just replied I like you, but this isn't love. I was meaning to text my boyfriend the picture but must have still been in the iMessage chat to my dad at the time and sent it without checking. Seeing that the nude had been texted to my dad, I immediately called him. I was going to ask him to delete the pictures and that they were inappropriate and were supposed to go to my boyfriend. That way he wouldn't see the images themselves, he would just know I had taken nudes. Somehow, by the grace of God, my sister answered his phone as she was living at home at the time. I begged her for help and she was able to delete the images off his phone. My dad never knew the incident ever occurred. I asked my sister how I could repay her and she asked me to never ever bring it up again. I owe her one, eternally. We were so lucky. And I love your sister's response to just simply never mention it again. I had similar where I accidentally sent to my dad's phone. I stood there instantly feeling sick to my stomach after panic cancelling the message didn't work, only to then hear his phone notification bleep in the house. By a stroke of luck he had gone out and forgot his phone, so I was able to instantly delete it. Sent to the wrong person. No. Posted to my Facebook feed. Yes. Few family members unfriended me, got a few DMs asking did I realize what I did, 2 DMs asking if I had more, not family before you ask. I have one like this that haunts me. When Instagram first came out, like before I had ever even heard anyone talking about it, I thought it was a new photo editing app that let you put cool filters on your phone pictures and kept a little album for you, like any normal photo editing app would do. Keep in mind back then there wasn't really social media centered around pictures, so I had no concept of that. I took some nudes on there and put little filters on them and stuff and sent them to a boyfriend, then didn't think of it again. Months later I get a text from a very kind ex saying, did you know your cute little boobies are on Instagram and everyone can see them? I was mortified lol. Apparently he could find my profile because it recommended it via contacts or something, which I also had no concept of at that time, not many socials did that back then. So I have no idea how many people saw those pictures. Oops. To add insult to injury I wasn't signed into the account anymore, so I was desperately trying to remember what email and password would get me in. Recommendation via contacts has ruined a lot of people's privacies. I was 26 at the time. Just shaved my junk. It was looking mighty presentable, so I decided the GF needed to see. I mistakenly sent it to my older brother. He replied with, I don't think that was meant for me. I died a little inside. It was never spoken of again. The correct older brother response was to roast you. He failed in his duties. I did one some years back. I, female, sent a snap to a female coworker. I had absolutely no idea until I got a snap from her telling me I look nice and asked if she was supposed to return the favor. Told her it was completely up to her, but it was an accident. She sent me one back anyways. We left it at that and we would bring it up every once in a while and just giggle about it. Haven't seen her since I left that job, but this question definitely brought this memory back. A couple of years ago my actual girlfriend was on vacation with her family and sent a picture of her naked to my sister instead of me, by mistake. I remember I was at a friend's party and suddenly received a text from my sister saying she had finally gathered the courage to tell me she was sorry for secretly having sex with my GF for a while and that she had taken a picture for proof, attaching it to the message. I was slightly stoned but enough to believe to everything for hours until I realized the picture was a selfie taken in front of a mirror. Happened with one of my exes. She got a new phone and was updating her contacts. She chose my dick pic as her temporary profile pic for when I called. I was at work while she was getting her gallbladder taken out. Started to worry because she should have been in post-op and almost discharged by then. So I kept calling and it would ring twice then straight to voicemail. Redial. Ring once, straight to voicemail. Redial 2 more times straight to voicemail. Turns out her mom had her belongings and my angry boner kept saying hello, up close and personal, over and over. Family dinners were awkward for a while after that. I had 2 names in my phone which didn't have last names added. One was a love interest, the other was a good friend. Was a bit tipsy and just kind of clicked and went for it, picked the wrong one. Got some fantastic feedback, but they have never let me live it down to this day. It's been 2 years. My wife has me and a friend with the same first name on her phone. Sometimes that friend will message me and say my wife needs me to bring something. It is kinda funny. Dude on the other side of the country telling me that my wife needs popcorn. Right, on it. My high school boyfriend's best friend sent me a dick pic. He was a great guy, so I was horrified and I just sent back WTF. He apologized profusely and said another girl whose name started with my same letter was supposed to get it, but he hit my contact instead. I didn't tell my BF for ages because I was so weirded out, and when I finally did he was like, "Yeah, I know." My friend told me immediately after it happened. "I was just waiting to see how long it took you to tell me." So, kinda funny. Respect for the friend to immediately own up to it to the BF as well. God knows how difficult that conversation must have been. My bestie is a chick. She was dating a guy who had the same name as me. She came home blind drunk one night while her partner was intestate with work and sent me the nude that was meant for him. We are pretty tight, and before I could reply with nice, she messaged me via text saying fuck sorry man. But if it's anyone seeing me without my gear on, I'm glad it's Yowie. Was touched that she was so cool with it, so I wrote back nice tits mate, we still laugh about it today. My friend accidentally sent his nude to his ex. He wanted to send it to his date. 2 things happened. 1. He got back together with her, they got married and are happy. The date was sleeping with other dudes. Firstly, my friend and his now wife had problems in their relationship because she was sick. She broke up with him because she didn't want him to get involved. He is one of the nicest guys I know, and if she died, she didn't want him to be crushed. They had like a long talk before breaking up. After getting back together, he basically went with her for every doctor's appointment, worked really hard to support her, and when she was off chemo, they got married. After going on a date, the date asked him to send her a couple of nudes. She vocalized she likes big dickies. To see if he was big. The pics weren't on the same day. He found out after he accidentally sent the pic to ex. And thought she not responding to it was weird. He didn't know at the time, plus her asking for it. Another thing to note, the girl he went on a date with claimed she was a virgin and would only save herself for after marriage. He found out a few days later, after sending pic, that she was basically sleeping around with other dudes, some before meeting him and 2 dudes before going on a date with him that night. So to you guys who think I'm shaming her, I'm kindly not. I'm just telling the story as it is. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, consider checking out my other content.